Let me fire an invite off to Bobby. Then we will be off. For this multi-sport situation here. There's obviously still some news to tend here. Okay. All right. I updated as much as I could of all of the projections, and if you were able to notice, Kemba Walker is basically a lock. So that's the deal with that. But we'll try to make heads or tails of it. What's going on, John? I guess we should probably do the football first, right? Since that locks in a half an hour. Let me just give Bobby a few minutes before we start attacking this. And I got some weird stuff in Showdown. And basically weird stuff everywhere, it makes me feel good when you have kind of I don't want to say off the board, but just kind of uncomfortable looking lineups in Showdown. It's pretty weird. There's like a football game every day from now through, I think, like the 4th of January with the rescheduled games, right? Between pro and college. You want to know what's messing with me a little bit today? The idea that the Seattle game, Rams game, is not the late game. I still have this idea that the Washington Philly is first and Seattle and the Rams is second. I just expect one to be 3 hours before the other one. I don't know why that's messing with me, but it is. Let me close a couple of things here. One sec. Yeah, so I guess I'll just I don't know where Bobby is, so I guess I'm gonna just start off with what I'm doing in the NBA here. I mean, in the NFL. I'm not even sure what that is. I'm gonna pull it up. On the other side, we're gonna do football first. You guys can hear me, right? Just wanted to make sure we don't have sound issues like yesterday. John, can you hear me? Give me a sound check, anybody? Okay, good. So what do you want to do first? You want to do the NFL? Yeah, I'm just gonna start off. I don't know where Bobby is, so I'm just gonna get rolling. You can throw your questions out there, but I'm gonna do NFL first. I am kind of biting for this. Whatchamacallit? I'm gonna be playing some of this. Well, more in Showdown actually. The Gilbert. I'm not playing Gilbert in Classic, but I'm playing Gilbert in Showdown. As a matter of fact, I'm almost 100% Gilbert in Showdown. There he is. Hey, what's up, Bobby? How are you feeling? I felt really bad for you today again.
Oh, man, it's not been the best, but I'm getting some antibiotics, so it should be better soon.
So we're going to handle football first. The first thing I want to ask you is how much, if any – well, first of all, what are you playing? I'm playing all 3 slates. I'm playing the 2-gamer, and I'm playing both Showdowns. What are you doing?
I'm not playing the Showdowns because the basketball stuff is sort of all over the place, and I'm playing medium big on basketball. So
okay.
That's where I'm at.
So why don't you just briefly tell me where you're at in football then? Since you're going to focus mostly on basketball, tell me where you are in football.
Well, I've still got a pretty good amount on football too, but I like the idea of getting different the ways that I mentioned earlier. I'm going to grab my call sheet here because I want to make sure I don't want to lose my basketball lineup that I really liked that I was building. The guys. Oh shoot, this is the wrong slate. What the hell happened to my screen here? I just had it called up. That's so weird. Let me give me 1 second. But I think that playing a guy like D. Eskridge is an interesting way to get different. Trying to fade Cup in at least some lineups is probably a good idea, even though it feels wrong. But I mean, you can do that by playing the other two Rams receivers. It's just a little bit weird. You start getting a little bit thin. I like the idea of trying to fade Miles Sanders and trying somewhat to fade Henderson. Of course, Gibson's going to be popular, but Penny won't be as popular. And I think there's a weird argument to be made for like Sony Michel here. But I haven't quite clicked that button yet. Those are some differences at running back, the differences at wide receiver. Freddie Swain even is still going to be lower owned than I think, not he should be, but then you could argue that his price dictates that he should be. And then I would play some D. Eskridge. I probably would even include a Penny Hart. We'll play some Quez Watkins, play some Jalen Reagor. I don't understand why the projections are so awful on those guys, or why no one will consider them. I just think they're interesting, cheap potential value, and we know Quez Watkins has big playability at least. And on FanDuel, to give away what I'm doing, I'm playing my only real Hurts lineup that's of any significant value, and I'm doing it without playing Goddard.
Are you playing any? So you're playing the 2-gamer. Are you playing on FanDuel? Are you playing any Patterson?
What Patterson?
The Redskins' second running back?
No, never even considered it.
Okay.
Of course, that means he's gonna probably score a touchdown now. But I just don't see any reason on FanDuel why you'd have to get like weird like that. Like maybe in order to get weird, you can do other things. I just don't. I would rather pick the receivers.
Okay. How much? So you're not playing. So are you playing any Garrett Gilbert in the 2-game slate?
No, but I don't think it's like in the world. You're not like gaining anything from a discount perspective. It's just sort of like something weird happening with garbage time or something. I think that the way that he really gets there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm playing him in Showdown over there, but I'm not playing him in the 2-gamer either. I just want to get an idea. I'll tell you what I have in the classic slate. I don't have any. I made sure I don't have any lineup with both Sanders and Cup in them. That was going to be my attempt to be, well, not say contrarian, but like not over chalk, The one guy I'm not fading, there are actually 2 guys I'm really loaded up on. And one is Gibson, and the other one is a little, I don't know, it's not what I usually do, but I'm actually like almost 90% on Beckham, actually. So that's just again, that's where I am. And I'm also like 90% on Goddard. Those are my 3 main things. I just felt as though Sanders would be an easy fade, not easy fade, but easy. I just had to force him out of some. And what's his name, Cup. I just didn't want 100% of a wide receiver like that. But that was going to be 80% owned. I just didn't want to do it. And I kind of talked myself into the philosophy that that's what the Rams are going to do. They're just going to try to bracket him. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I mean, Seattle's going to try to bracket him, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
I don't think they will, for what it's worth, but they probably should. If you're right, I hope you're right, because I am trying to find every reason not to play him, but it's really hard to do.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah.
So that's pretty much all my takes. Anybody have any questions on football before we start to do the basketball?
Drop on the football stuff if you guys want to, because I think
I got 60% Rashad Penny.
I got a lot of them too.
Well, it's natural if I'm going to fade Sanders, I got to have somebody, right?
Right. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing, and then I am trying to fade some Henderson. So I have like 70% of him. So yeah. I've got Gibson basically in every lineup at like 1.
I think that Gibson's going to have a good game.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have to. I mean, like they have Garrett Gilbert. You know what I mean? Like I think
somebody's going to have to.
I think he's going to get. I think he's going to get a lot of touches if they can get away with it.
And I want to get into basketball in a minute because I am trying to do something a little bit creative with the lineups, and it's just I don't know how optimal it is, but it definitely makes logical sense. It's just
Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into to basketball then. I don't see too much going on with the football that people are that interested in anyway. Um, First of all, injury news and such. Do we have any clarification at all on Lillard?
no.
Okay, I actually have it from 4 minutes. It says no update on Lillard. That's
Yeah.
what it says, actually.
There
No
it
update.
is.
It says Nasir Little out, which probably means a little something. I have Killian Hayes ruled out. Tony Snell will get the start. These are things that I'm kind of.
Yep.
Whatever. Kemba Walker will start and will be a lock as far as I'm concerned. But as well, everybody else will say that too.
The problem is there's just so many locks. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. And am I? Can I ask you one more football related question real quickly? Do you really think Philadelphia's defense is going to be lower owned than the Rams defense?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the Rams are the Rams, right? I mean,
but the Philadelphia defense is not far behind scoring wise. I don't think on the season. I don't know. That just I spent my whole day sort of operating that people are actually just wrong. Philadelphia actually outscores the Rams defense on this season, and they have the best possible matchup at home. I don't.
You're not afraid of the Garrett Gilbert quarterback.
No, I'm going the other way with my defense. I'm actually trying the Washington defense. Because I want to try and get different on my defenses a little bit, and also they're cheaper and it allows me to do a couple different things. But I don't understand why the Rams would be lower owned than Philly. Like that.
No, you said the opposite. I think
I've got Rams at. I mean, on percentage wise, I have them at 40% in Seattle at 27. Philadelphia at 27.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Why are the Rams higher owned than Philadelphia? It makes no sense.
You're still saying that? Okay.
It makes zero sense.
I'm confused with the point you're making. So you think Philadelphia is a better defensive play than the Rams?
I think if Philadelphia doesn't come in higher owned than the Rams, if people are actually operating on the assumption the Rams are going to be higher owned, then people are making a huge mistake. Okay. Like the reason you don't play Philadelphia's defense here is because they're going to be too chalky because they're facing a third string quarterback that can't really move the ball anyway at home. Now you have the Rams facing a guy who historically has been beating them up pretty bad. And well, we might say whatever about Russell Wilson. I still believe Pete Carroll as a coach. I think they're trying to win games, and I don't think that they're just because Tyler Lockett's out, they're going to just all of a sudden be the best defense. Like if Tyler Lockett was named Russell Wilson, then maybe we could talk. But I really can't understand it. Not to mention that they're $200 cheaper. Everything about it, I honestly am again mostly playing Washington, but I will now make sure to force in Philadelphia more. And actually, I don't have any Rams defenses on DraftKings, but if I did, I would have forced Philadelphia in somehow.
The Bear. Oh, sorry. You don't know what that means. Sorry about
that. The always Saban Lee question I kind of want to answer because I actually think that like it's probably reaching, right? But it's a really good play. The problem you have is it's not like we don't have Corey Joseph this time. So it's not like you're getting, and Cade Cunningham is truly a point guard too. So the Saban Lee games, he had the one good game with Cunningham, I believe, there. But it's really been just that one game, and that was without what's his name, without Frank Jackson. I think it was without maybe Frank played in it, but it was without Corey Joseph. This team has a ton of guards. So I currently have Saban Lee as like a good long shot pivot play, but I might even be like more inclined to maybe take a shot on Corey Joseph, believe it or not. Like you get the 3,300 exact pivot off of Noel if you want to try and do that. I think there's a ton of upside on the 24 minutes he's being projected for because we've seen him play 30 plus without Josh Jackson in there especially. But I think Saban Lee is an interesting one. I think that Diallo you could make the same argument for, but I think he's a better play than Saban Lee is. He's probably a little more locked into his minutes, and most importantly on DraftKings he has forward exposure because the guards are going to be tough. Like, I mean, just try and build lineups and see how many times you end up with the perfect guy you want, but you can't get him in the right spot. Keeps happening to me. Guards and center are strong. I actually only like two centers really, but I like both of them a lot. Kemba, Randall, Fournier, and same lineup. Kemba, Randall, Fournier. I think you can do it. I'm doing it a little bit. I think you try to avoid the 4 in tournaments of them, but I think you can play 3 of them. Sheets, what do you think about that?
Let me see what I'm actually doing. Still waiting on Porzingis news. I'm playing all 3 of them. Kemba Walker, Kemba, Fournier, and Randall. I'm playing all 3 of them.
Yeah, I do really like Burks for what it's worth on DraftKings.
Yeah,
I don't mind the price at all. So he's gonna. I'm guessing that's. I mean, look, what's weird about it though is because he's no longer forward eligible. He's actually going to be like sub 20%. I think. I really believe that he would, which is kind of crazy to think, but I mean, I don't know, man. It seems like it makes a lot of sense. The one thing that scares me about the Fournier going to be 1,000,000% owned is that we have seen this story before with him. We've seen him play 40 minutes plenty of times and put up 20 fantasy points. Like we have with Orlando, he did it, and they had just as limited of options. Again, I obviously like him. I think he's a good play, but I would play Kemba over him personally.
What doesn't you think it's time for Trey Burke yet?
Porzingis is out.
Oh, great.
I
wanted to have dinner too. This is like really annoying.
I know you kind of felt it was coming all day, but it's just
frustrating. So now we gotta wait to see Boban starting and stuff.
We have to wait, and that's the big one. Devontae Graham on DK, I would categorize as a good tournament play. I no longer think he's like. I mean, it's really hard. Like he has to outscore Kemba and Fournier, and then not to mention there's like, I don't know. There's just a lot you could do. I like it as a tournament play. I really wouldn't try to be overexposed to it if it was me.
Yeah, I guess I gotta try to do something with the Kristoff. So annoying. I wish they would just at the injury report time just freaking. They know who's playing, but maybe not. Oh, this is not good. Is Lillard out? Lillard's not out, is he? Not yet.
We don't have official word yet.
Not yet.
No, I mean serious. We really don't have word yet. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I know. Not yet.
Sanders and Gibson.
You could play Anthony Simons if Lillard plays. That would be different.
Yeah. And one other thing you could do, I mean, if Lillard played, that's a weird one. I don't know what to do with it, to be honest with you. I'm pretending as now Lillard's in, and I actually have him in my main lineup on draft, or one of my 2 big lineups on DraftKings, and he's obviously, if I like him on DraftKings, I'm going to like him on FanDuel.
Yes.
So I have a weird Miles Turner ended up in on my big builds on FanDuel, so.
Oh, okay.
It literally was just a piece that fit.
Well, is he still power forward eligible?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You play him with Randall and with Cat, or unless you want to play Valanciunas, you could play Valanciunas. And the other way to go with it is to pay up a little bit to Valanciunas and then try and find a way to get creative somewhere else so you can get up to Sabonis. But I mean, Turner just historically, just as the kind of player he is on FanDuel, it just suits you never know when the 7-block game and 3 steals are coming. You know what I mean with him. And yeah, Miami doesn't generally seem like that kind of team, but this isn't like the normal Miamis. You know what I mean? It's not the same. It's not Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo and those guys. Who benefits on Dallas with THJ being out? That's sort of what we were just talking about before. I mean, sorry, I guess we weren't talking about it yet. But the thing is, like Trey Burke is going to be in like 75% of my lineups tonight. He was already going to be in a ton of my lineups, but we're probably not as many because of all this other news. But I do think that. Boy, that Dallas situation is crazy. I do like that bet I made though. The Minnesota over Dallas tonight when they were a 1-point underdog.
You got that in?
Yeah, not for much, but just like $100, but still, it's not bad. All right, the Dallas guys in order for me are Brunson is still number 1, and oddly enough, maybe lower owned than 70% because of the situation, but probably not anymore with Kristaps being out. Brunson's number 1. Burke is number 2 for me. Then you get into a whole bunch of weirdness. Do you want to bet on a game from Sterling Brown? He does have forward eligibility. If Trey Burke and Jalen Brunson, and it was a real blowout, could you maybe make an argument for Ntilikina? Probably reaching. I think Sterling Brown would be, I guess I'd go Finney Smith third, Sterling Brown fourth, but it could end up being Boban one, like if he's starting. So we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully we'll get that in the next 40 minutes. And I think because of them announcing him out, that we'll get a starting lineup from them at least.
I hope we get a Lillard sometime soon.
Yeah. And then any other football things you guys want to touch on? Because I'm just getting my little stuff together here and getting a little creative with a few of the millionaire spots, trying to play some guys that are definitely suboptimal to try and get different. But any other football questions, then we'll jump over it fully. I can jump fully into basketball.
I see Nurkic is a game time decision. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Nurkic. Oh, yeah, that's a real one too.
Yeah, so
the Sony Michelle, Penny, and it was my I could actually get weird with this. I don't think I'm going to do it that weird. I was going to play
Lakers signed Jamario Jones to a 10-day contract.
Okay. I'm
not prioritizing it. I'm just reporting it.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah. I was just thinking. The guy who I'm afraid in football not to have more of is Terry McLaurin. I think even with the third, like they just treat it like every time there's another quarterback starting for them, they just end up loving McLaurin. So
can I tell you though? But it's really weird. Like on 2-game slates and stuff, I really honestly never am afraid of not having somebody.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know,
that makes sense.
In football, you know what I mean? Like in football, just because of the way the scores distribute, you know, it's especially receivers.
Right. Yeah, and I'm leaving money on in my millionaire ones. I've got like 900 left on the table in some of those. Okay. You know what I mean? There's no reason why on a 2-game slate that a guy who's 2K less isn't going to have. I mean, DK Metcalf could get outscored by both other receivers for Seattle tonight. It wouldn't surprise me.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying right now that's going to happen, guys. Don't start like don't put Freddie Swain and D. Eskridge in all your line. Now it's probably going to happen because I'm saying don't do it, but I'm telling you something like that is what I would be looking at getting a little crazy.
I'll tell you this: I got some I got some funny ones.
All right, give us some funny plays.
No, but I definitely have some funny stuff in Showdown where I have like Wilson with like 2 non-Metcalf receivers. I mean.
In Showdown especially that makes more sense. It's really bold if you did it on the bait main. That's a really bold. I was like,
no.
How about you play Russell Wilson with 2 receivers from Seattle and no Metcalf?
Right.
There you go.
I guess the biggest funny business one I have. I do have. Okay, I'll just throw it out there. So I have 70 in Showdown. I have 70% K Blanton.
I think for Showdown, that's great. I couldn't quite get the trigger off of the Goddard Everett situation on DraftKings because I didn't need the 2,500 anywhere. But I kind of like that though. What you're saying.
Yeah, and I also in one lineup on Showdown I have K Blanton as in captain.
I think it's. I mean, hey, it's no problem with it. I mean,
hey, no, that's the beauty thing about Showdown. You can play whatever you want. No one can tell you you're wrong.
You can never be wrong. You can never ever be wrong.
Unless you play, and you know what? This could totally get there, but I'm not going to play it. You could play whoever that other quarterback is for freaking Redskins.
I don't
even know who it is. Who the Shermer? Is that who it is?
I guess I think that's a little too creative. Showdown, maybe.
It's not creative. It's like stupid. But I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. That is the way that I'm never going to give credit to the person who started.
Yeah, exactly.
With what's his name? Because I think it's happened one time ever, and there's been whatever. And look,
but you know what I am doing in full like fade Sanders mode. You got Boston Scott and Jordan Howard both at 200 in Showdown.
Yeah,
I'm definitely playing lineups with both of them.
Yeah. Absolutely. By the way, so Kevin Wise is asking, it is a good showdown set. I'm kind of sorry I missed it, but Bay or Powell, sorry guys. I like Bay on FanDuel, but on DraftKings at the same price, it's kind of hard not to argue for Powell. The one thing you get with Bay is some natural run back in that game, and I think Bay is going to have a good game. Powell's minutes are hard to come by, especially without knowing about Lillard. And I want to answer the other question about playing just one Nick and then playing the other. I think it's dangerous if you start playing only one of them. I really do. I think you can do it. Depends if you get everybody announced out correctly. And Lillard's one of them, then it could pay off. But I'm having a hard time getting away from at least having two Knicks. Sheets, how about you? Any lineups with just one Nick?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Especially because the blowout risk in that game is so much like smaller. You know what I mean? There's a chance that you could see other games blowing out. It's really hard to see the Knicks getting blown out by Detroit. It's really hard to see Detroit blowing anybody out. But
no, I don't have any with only one.
Yeah. Shoot, I kind of wish I could stay. I wish this. So Chris Stubbs, this is going to make Trey Burke even a better play. Obviously, DFS. It's just really hard after those guys unless they start Boban to know what else to do. And I hope we find out about the Boban news as soon as possible.
Yeah, exactly. When is that game? When is that game?
That's at 8 Eastern.
Oh, okay.
Never mind, it's at 8:30 Eastern. Yikes, it's even worse.
But that's all right. At least I can eat first. That's fine.
No, but then you have to have the shiftability to play the later guys.
Right. And when's the Lillard? Lillard's at that's right, at 8.
So play like Lillard and LeBron, then spend up with those spots,
right,
and then spread it out with the other guys. Like I don't know, it's really weird. It puts you in a really weird spot, though. I don't know if it's optimal. I mean, it's nothing optimal. I don't know if it's a good idea. I went the other way, and I mean, I played Lillard, but I like the Lillard with the Valanciunas run back. I think it's going to be a very low-owned combination with the way this slate is breaking down. And I'm also fading Jalen Noel in some lineups, including one of my big ones.
Yeah. I don't think you need to play him anymore.
No,
not that you ever really need to play him, but
Yeah, it's easier to make the justification. How much Trey Burke are you finding?
Well, I didn't redo the Dallas projections yet, so I don't know yet. Like right now, not much, but I'm gonna have more, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna take another look at how the things update. Triple J says Sanders 175 and 3 touchdowns a lock. I hope you're wrong because I'm not going to play that guy as mega chalk. We've seen that work exactly 0 times this season.
Which guy?
Sanders. I do have a little bit of him, but only because I'm getting different elsewhere. I really have tried to avoid him at all costs.
Right.
You're talking about 60% ship on a guy who literally has had one game that you'll feel bad if you don't have the season, and they have all their other running backs that they could use. I know they did lean towards him last game more and all that. It could switch on one play. He could fumble once, and all of a sudden it's the Boston Scott or Jordan Howard show, Kenneth Gainwell on 3rd downs.
Yeah. So I actually don't have much of an opinion on the Dallas yet. I just have to wait and see. I want to see who started. I just want to, unfortunately, that's just the way it is with the NBA.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you notice, by the way, Bobby? I think we talked about this. What's weird about this 2-game NFL slate, considering who's playing, I still have this thought that the Rams game is like the late game. It's like that it's like 3 hours after the Washington Philly game for some reason. To have these 2 games like
exact same all day long, I kept rearranging my guys.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So let's wait to see what the projections update with the KP news being out, and once you get those, give us some idea of what they're saying, because I'm pretty sure what it'll show, but it's really going to depend on how they expect this lineup to go. I do think Boban is definitely more viable now.
I'm sure DFS is going to project it like at 7x or something.
Yeah.
But what do you think of that? What do you think of him as a DFS play? He's usually the guy we don't like to play, right?
Actually, but again, players change. Games develop. We've seen a little bit more of some good games out of him lately. I mean, he put up 33 2 of the last 30. His last 4 games have been 34, 24, 26, and 33, and that's with these guys. Like, I think we'd be foolish for not considering him at least.
That's kind of a cool story. They're not going to make a big deal because he's probably not going to do well or whatever it is. But I like the thing like the Garrett Gilbert. You know what I mean? He was just all of a sudden gets called up from. He was on the New England practice squad. I don't know if you knew
I
that.
know.
And they pulled up.
It's even worse.
He wasn't going to play forever, you know. And he's
Right.
like, hey, by the way, you're starting a quarterback. There's no expectations, you know.
Right.
I mean, good for him. His freaking parents must be so proud. That's like,
Right. No, that's pretty awesome.
yeah. Let's see what this looks like here. Yeah, I guess Powell is going to project. Well, yeah, I'm seeing some early returns under Sterling Brown idea.
I do think Powell is actually kind of interesting.
Well, it seems like almost like almost like a sucker play, right? I mean, like it would just seem logical to he be the guy, but I don't know. I guess is this one of those situations where they go small somehow? They can't, right? Yes, they can.
They can't exactly.
Yeah.
No, they're small. Their other lineup would be with Boban.
Right.
Or let's see.
Nicolina, like you said.
Moses Brown.
Yeah. Whoever starts, I guess.
I don't know if it's whoever starts. I actually think that you can make an argument for both Boban and Moses don't start. More so.
Oh, that's right. I'm not playing Boban if he doesn't start.
What about Moses Brown though?
Does he get? I don't know.
Because they're going to have to match up with Cat. You see what I'm saying? Like, so just all it takes is 2 quick fouls, which happens all the time. You know, 2 quick fouls, and Moses Brown can produce per minute. Like,
no, I know. And they've been playing from time to time, right? I mean,
yeah. I like that a lot, actually. I think I might roll with some of that.
Let me see. It's still nothing on what's his face on the Lillard.
I don't have anything on Lillard yet. Let's see if there's any questions popping up because I haven't taken a look in chat in a while. Okay. Sabonis as a pivot off of Randall. Yeah, I like it. I don't like it as much. I mean, it's hard on DK to. It's weird. They're the same price difference on both sides, but the prices are different. I guess I like it better on DK. I should rephrase that. Like because of Sabonis's upside to get the. I guess they're both going to get double. I don't know. I obviously prefer Randall, but I think Sabonis is sure. It's a fine pivot.
I think if Lillard's out, might want to play our dude again, the DSJ also.
Yeah, but I mean, we can't guess. You know.
No, I know. We won't throw names out.
No, I'm with you, man. Like, but what if Lillard and Nurkic are out? You know, I already love Larry Nance tonight. I think he's going to have like 50. Not really. I think he's got a good shot to score like 40 fantasy points tonight. That's my bold prediction. And Covington's already in play, and so is Powell. But then you'll get a bunch of Tony Snell minutes, and maybe back to my original idea. If you lost Lillard and Nurkic, not only DSJ, but what DSJ is 3.5 by the way on FanDuel, guys. So if we do get that news before lock, or if you're able to switch, try to get DSJ in there at 3,500 if Lillard is announced out. But if they're both announced out, I mean, the weird guy who's going to potentially break the slate, who I don't have any of except for in one lineup, is McLemore. And it's
you mentioned him earlier.
It's just because there's all this other value. Like there's one guy who can really get hot, but you need to get Lillard out probably for that to be a realistic possibility. And Max Strus is starting.
Okay.
Doesn't mean anything to me.
It doesn't, right?
Not to me. Now, if he makes 8 threes or 9 threes again, like he did, I mean, he was amazing. What did he make? Like 11 of his first 12 shots or something ridiculous? 10 out of 11, something like that. Yeah, nothing to play with the Heat. Priorities for the day are just what we talked about. And I would say those are the slightly lower priorities than the obvious one, which is the Knicks.
Yeah, they're starting to project some minutes, but it's stupid. They're like Moses Brown and Boban with like 12 minutes each or something like that, and that's I don't think that's the way it's going to fly.
Yeah, Moses Brown. I mean, they're the truth, but they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna try to put what's his name on. Moses Brown actually defensively makes the most sense, and Powell, but
Powell's going to start.
Probably not necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Moses Brown long shot play. I really do.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's starting. I mean, like, let's see because of how they're going to play, and because we have McDaniels who plays more on the wing a little bit, who I like, by the way. And I like Malik Beasley. If you're going to try to fade Noel, play one of Russell or Beasley. But I think Beasley is a viable, like, look, it's not the most exciting option in the world, but you're not playing him over these other guys we talked about.
Yeah, Hero is not starting. Yeah.
Hero doesn't start.
Yeah.
He never does.
Lowry, Vincent, Robinson, Strus, and Dedmon.
I think he only started when Lowry was out, but I'm not sure about that.
And is that Owen still in play? Whatever his name is,
I mean, he's a no longer really a guy. I actually would encourage people to spend down and play Moses Brown.
Right.
I think your 7 is going to get more. He's going to have more production here almost all the time. But when he doesn't, it goes a completely opposite direction, and Moses Brown puts it like 40 while he's at like 20, and he's 700 cheaper.
Right.
That's the prayer you're hoping for. Let's see.
What channel are these games on?
I don't even know. I guess
these football games. I mean,
I'm kind of curious about some of the ownership. We can talk about that for a minute, because it's not a huge NBA slate, and it's all contingent on what's about to happen.
Well, ESPN is one of. I presume ESPN is one of the games, but I don't see it. Okay.
It could be. Could be Fox or CBS or ABC.
Oh yeah, maybe, huh?
So that would. Yes. Let's see. Freddie Swain.
Yeah. Eagles, Washington. I found them. I can't even find the Seattle game. How about that? Anybody know what channel it's on?
Pop it in chat, guys. Help us out. Yeah, D. Eskridge ended up higher owned in the big buy-in than I thought. Than he was projected, and I'm gonna guess that Miles Sanders ended up a little lower than he was projected in the big buy-ins. Antonio Gibson, only 61% for Antonio Gibson. That's a little less than I would have thought. He's already got 2.9. 93% Cooper Kupp, 71% DK Metcalf, 51% Goddard.
Does anybody want to tell me where this game is? Okay.
33% Jefferson, 13% Eskridge, 44% Penny, and 65% OBJ.
It says, why can't some NFL fans watch the Rams-Seahawks game on TV? Okay, so what channel?
So it's only the local game that it's showing. Fox. Fox says Kevin Wise.
It's on Fox. Oh, but I have a different game on Fox.
That's weird.
I have the Redskins game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's pretty stupid that they did like this. What is such a stupid?
You only get to see one of them.
At least I'll get the one I want to watch.
Yeah, that's great. This is like the old days. This is awesome. It's ridiculous.
It's so dumb for it to be regional for a situation like somebody else should just buy
it. No way. I mean, yeah, there should be. That's why someone was saying they should have red zone tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Or red zone would be like you'd have to change the zone it is, because you don't.
Right.
I don't think there's going to be enough scoring for anybody to be flipping back and forth.
Right. The blue zone.
The first down zone.
Right.
Or the whatever, the 5-yard play zone. Well, so I'm done with football for that.
I'll give you the update. Redskins punted. That's the update.
They gained some yards.
Yeah. What's going on in the Rams game?
I don't know. I keep not watching it. I'm still trying to get my basketball stuff. I'm just trying to keep my head in the basketball space for the moment. Capella just placed them. I didn't see that one before. Let's see. Rams are 1st and 10 at Seattle 42. Okay. Tony Michel with all 3 carries so far for the Rams.
Oh, and there it is. I love it.
I love it too. I just wish I would have played a little bit more of it.
That's great.
It's always a fine line with these two gamers about how different and where to get. You know what I mean? Because I played Henderson more where I was getting different elsewhere, because I thought that he was going to be lower on. I thought he and Penny would be really close. but he ended up lower owned.
Right.
So
I hope someone's on top of looking for Lillard news.
I'm looking all the time. I'm
Okay.
refreshing it on the NBA page and RG and everything. Ooh, I do have Quez Watkins at 7%. He hasn't done anything, but he's the low-owned guy who's in my big buy-in.
That's something. Oh, you have him in your big buy-in?
And on FanDuel, my 555.
What's I don't even know what team he's on.
Really?
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, he's all right. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you some. Well, the Eagles have the ball, so I'll give you some
play-by-play
color over there.
Let's see what we got. And guys, if you have any NBA questions in the middle, feel free to pop them in there. I'm still waiting to. I want to see starting lineups. If Saben Lee starts, take away everything I said before. I would play Saben Lee actually if he starts. I actually would play pretty much any Piston that was in the starting lineup as a potential. Well, it's no longer really a pivot. Actually, Noel might end up being the pivot by the end of the day, even though he's still projecting to 10x his price.
Is it really?
Yeah. Yes, I've got him projected at 30. 25 should be more realistic. All right, so yeah, that's going to be an interesting decision point. It shouldn't. Maybe if Saben Lee starts, it makes Trey Burke lower owned. That's interesting.
Whoever number 6 is on Philadelphia caught a ball. Maybe that's. Is that Hurts?
That's Smith.
No, Smith. Smith
should be Devontae. Yeah.
Let me. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm doing it anyway. We do it without starters.
By the way, I do like LeBron for what it's worth tonight, everybody. And then,
oh yeah,
30%.
Right?
Yeah, I know. But I mean, if we get the Lillard news, then he's going to become massive. He could end up being not chalky. He could end up being incredibly chalky. It just depends on what happens in the next few minutes.
Yeah. Goddard dropped it. Goddard with like a bad drop, I think. Oh my God, Goddard with a terrible drop.
Don't tell me that. I don't want the updates anymore.
Yeah, just...
Did you play any of that Skoranek guy?
No.
In the showdown? I was hoping maybe you did because he had a 20-yard play or something.
Oh, did he?
He did something. No, 14-yard catch. But still, it's pretty good for, I'm guessing, what would have minimum.
Is he 200 or like 2,000? Probably a 2,000.
Oh, I would have thought he'd be lower, but maybe. I don't know. Yeah. LeBron will have another good game. I agree.
So still waiting on the Lillard / Nurkic.
I don't know who Marquise is. No, Herbert Jones and Ingram are far by the wayside for me now. There's a few lineups I left him in, a couple of little things, but nothing really. That's just, I think we're kind of asking for it at this point with the value options we've been given. Now, could they still have a game? I think you can totally use them in like a large field or as one of 10 entries kind of a thing, but they shouldn't be priority guys.
The Redskins are feisty. Okay.
I think I bet the Redskins to cover. I didn't bet
it.
You
don't get the Seattle game on TV? Huh? You get one game, depending on where you live in the country. Because it's stupid.
It's on Hulu TV.
Maybe. Probably. What? What do you need?
Yeah, not especially interested in Booker, but he's fine. I think I'd prefer Joval. Oh, Marquise Chris.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I didn't even realize that Marquise.
I don't even know he's still in the league. I didn't even know he's still in the league.
I didn't realize well, we must have missed a starting lineup thing. So let me go check something out here. You see my lineups page. Corey Joseph is starting, by the way.
For whom?
Not St. Midley, as I was guessing.
Oh.
And I was guessing it wouldn't be St. Midley, but what the hell? And Marquise Chris, that's actually a really interesting play because I actually forgot he was on the Dallas roster.
Right.
Boy, I hope we get a starting lineup from them. I mean, that is interesting. I agree that and especially because he's forward eligible and we have all these guards we can use.
This is Garrett Gilbert is driving.
All right.
Or maybe it was an interception or something. I don't know, but they're driving. They're at the 10.
All right.
Why are they a 9.5 point underdog?
Why?
That's
are they
right.
not
That's why
like
I took
instead of 15. You mean
Mm,
it's
took
Garrett
them to-
Gilbert? It's the worst, apparently.
Eagles.
Corey Joseph.
Well, yeah, the Eagles are not the
They're
best.
horrible.
They're not the greatest.
Gilbert's gonna get a dub.
Good. Well, she's right in there right now.
Lock of the night.
Yeah, like,
UTSA.
what are they doing? They win?
No, they're like-
Wyoming gave up a backdoor or whatever you call it.
Would they end up winning?
14.
Still good.
Dead last.
They
That's
covered
it.
11, right?
Last. That was the spread?
It was -3.
Yeah, right. They covered by 11. Yeah.
That's fire.
Oh, dead. That's it.
UTSA
Okay.
that's one at 50.
What's that?
UTSA.
You think so? UTSA? University of Texas San Antonio?
They win it all.
Gilbert! Oh, so close.
Was he running?
No, he threw it to Gibson. Gibson ran out at the 3.
It should be the incoming Gibson touchdown, hopefully.
Last night.
Well,
Was that on first down?
yeah, but they didn't count it. They didn't get a chance to kick the extra point.
You know how many people lost because of that? Oh, come on, Gibson.
Gibson cut.
Cody.
Gibson is. Oh, he got stopped at the half-inch line.
First down now.
Who are they going
Second
to
down
give
or
it
third?
to? Who are they going to give it to? That's the question. They better
Second or
give it to
third down?
Gibson, right? To the Gibson chalk? Or maybe Gilbert gets its quarterback sneak.
Now first and goal on the 1.
First and goal on the 1.
I give it Gilbert 4. What are they doing?
Oh, they're in the shotgun. They're just going to hand it off. Shotgun formation. Hand off to Gibson. Leaps
Whoa.
over, and he's in for a touchdown.
Hey,
Here we
he
go.
kept his footing. Go to Skins lock. None of that.
Football, yeah. I'm not into the football team.
All right. Chris is
Still waiting on Lillard and such, right?
No, we never said Chris is starting. We have no official starting lineup from Dallas yet.
Although it's not questionable.
Lillard's questionable. Nurkic is questionable. And the whole slate right now kind of depends on whether they play.
And what Dallas' starting lineup is.
7:30.
Stupid sport. What's that? Well, their game starts at 8.
But it's late.
The slate is going to start in 10 minutes, but it doesn't lock. In other words, you can change your stuff. There's no swap there.
So you can't.
You can.
I thought there was a time we couldn't.
FanDuel used to be able to. It used to have no late swap. This is like 2 years ago, but they changed it like a year ago. You can change it all the way through the end of the games. Not the end of the games, you know what I mean? When your games, all the way till your game starts.
It's like leaving flex open for.
Yeah.
Our hero is officially in.
Heroes officially. Let's see. Tyler Hero will make his return to the court tonight. Cunningham, Joseph Diallo, Bay, and Stewart. Like I said, I do have some Diallo, by the way.
I think I might place a bonus in something just because what do I care about the money? I don't know what I want to do here. Using Diallo?
Yeah.
43, 45.
Oh yeah, Gibson. So they got in there because Gibson threw. Hurts threw an interception.
Go Redskins defense.
That's right. That's right.
Diallo.
The Rams have 3, huh? The Rams got a field goal?
Yeah. What is wrong with Diallo? Let me just figure this out, because that could actually be an interesting play. So could Saban Lee, actually, even off the bench. Diallo. Lee.
Let's see. Not Rams, Cardinals. The Rams are playing. Okay.
Chris, no, we've never said Chris is starting. I keep saying it. Nobody's ever said that. Maybe he is. We don't have anything.
Close that book.
Oh my God.
What is that, Shoots?
Trying to find the freaking like an illegal stream of the freaking Rams game. It's like ridiculous.
Ah, it's pretty nuts.
Just see. Go to Twitter. Maybe Twitter will help me. See.
Just want an update on this starting lineup. I really think this is weird. I don't know what to do.
What? Oh.
I don't think. I think Chris is in play whether he starts or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think the 22 fantasy point projection is a little too high for the median here. And I think Moses Brown is in play whether he starts or not too.
Let's see books. Third down. Still nothing, huh? On the
Which one? Not no.
him.
Sheets, I was one pivot off of winning the big one last night.
What do you mean?
But it wasn't going to happen because I wasn't going to do it. But I had like 10-2 left, and I put in Donovan Mitchell as my last piece. But if I just go to Gobert,
right?
But it was a good line. It just shows you it was a pretty incredible rest. I mean, because the DeJounte, nobody had the DeJounte, and I had DeJounte, Kobe White, all those guys that we talked about. Always good when you cash in 100% of your lineups, but something that will not happen to me anytime soon for sure. Because not when I'm playing a bunch of lineups. There's just no possible way.
There's no way he's in bounds. No, he's out of bounds. Devontae Smith was out of bounds. Now it's 3rd and 12 for a very flat Jalen Philadelphia team right now.
That was my other worry. Like, what if they bring in Minshew at halftime or something?
Let me see. He is. Ooh. It's actually kind of close whether he was in bounds or not. They might challenge this. That's a tough call. Maybe
How big of a play was it?
It looks close. Yeah, they are challenging it. Yeah, it's close. Would have been incredible if he gets in. We gotta have to dig into this replay here. Let's see. Let's see. Set button 2, still nothing. Tyler Hero, still nothing. I'm just Tyler Hero's the last notification I have.
Yeah.
So they looks like they're going to go to a commercial. I don't like this when they go to a commercial instead of watching the replays. I like watching the replays.
You want to see all the replays.
I do.
I hear you. I keep looking at my lineups going, God, but I don't have any players in the later in football. And I'm like, oh, wait. It's so weird. It really is hard for me.
Really weird, right?
2-game football slate that starts at the same time. Have we ever seen? I don't know if we've ever had that before. I can't imagine we have, unless it's the afternoon slate of a Sunday or something. Yeah, of course, I totally agree, Sensei. We're gonna get the little news just a few minutes too late, and it's really unfortunate. But I'm right now just playing as if he's in. I have him in my lineups, and I have got a couple of 22s. Lillard.
Well, unfortunately, you weren't able to adjust your 730s based on that news, if that was going to mean anything.
Yeah.
Dave Lofgren is claiming that Devontae caught that ball, which is very possible. It's going to be a tough one. I think he did. I think he caught it too.
How big of a play did you say it was?
Like 20 yards.
Oh, okay. Towns.
Someone says alert with alert. DK Metcalf for the catch before the 4th quarter.
It's pretty fair though. It's been frustrating.
Nope. Yeah, so I unfortunately have to run, and this is a little.
We don't really have any of everything. I'll text you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep poking my head in, but I mean, it's kind of not. I don't want to say not fair. Shit ain't right, man. It's a half hour before game time. I mean, they gotta know what's going on, right?
It's really weird. How much Alec Burks did you end up with? Last question.
Someone said, thank goodness, no Chris now, whatever that means.
I don't know. I don't think that has any meaning unless they release their starting lineup and we didn't.
I have very little Burks on DraftKings, actually, I think. But on FanDuel, I have like every bit of it, I think. Yeah, I don't have any Burks on DraftKings.
Yeah, I ended up with a good amount of them.
Probably right. It's the Bobby move. Everybody's gonna play him on FanDuel. Just play him on freaking.
Yeah, exactly. Switch it up.
Let's see. Continuing to poke around here. See if I can't get any info.
Still an hour before the game. We may
not. Yeah, he did catch that ball, and here's a running back play. Looks like Sanders gain of 3. Down to the 16. Still no news on Lillard.
As I suspected, the Philadelphia defense is well more owned than the Rams defense.
Okay.
I don't
All right.
understand.
Hurts is back to pass. He has some time. Oh, pocket collapses and he gets sacked and a fumble. Redskins pick it up, running down the sideline. Oh, we get caught from behind. Gets caught from behind and fumbles it again. And now it's going to be Redskins recover. So it goes down as a sack, fumble, but no touchdown, and the Redskins ball in Philadelphia territory.
Well, that's pretty good for me for my DraftKings stuff because I've got 70% Redskins defense. So
there you go. And a very, very chalky Jalen Hurts is not doing well to start off this game.
No, it's true. But
Can you imagine if they go to Minshew?
That would be hilarious. That would have been the what if somebody wins the $1 million or whatever the showdown thing is for it? That would be crazy.
And someone's complaining that the Rams are running the ball too much. Obviously, probably just a fantasy player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go.
All right. Good luck. Have a good one, everybody. Good luck to everybody tonight. Sorry we don't have any more info. I'll be in Discord.